Good morning, traders. Paul here with GammaEdge. Today is Monday, the 31st of October. Let's get started. Pause your players here, read to the bottom. If you agree, hit that play button. Summary for today: the short-term and intermediate-term signals have moved along. This is bullish. The long-term signal is transitioning long. It takes a while, so give it a few more days, but both of the slopes are up, and you'll see that on the next slide. So this is good. We could see some weakness this week. It'll all be dependent obviously on news and fear and all that, but nevertheless things are still to the upside. Note that plus GEX has moved to 39.50. It's been bouncing between 4,100, 3,900, and 39.50. Negative GEX, which is the left goalpost, remains at 36, so it's pretty well locked in. The tight positioning of plus GEX to our current price, which is around 3,900, shows a short-term profit speculation. So that could be the near-term movement point, upside resistance, however you want to characterize it. We have a value called COTMC. This is the cumulative out-of-the-money call structure. It's estimated transition point right now, where we think moneyness or monetization could start to occur, is estimated right around this 39.53. Note the close proximity is 39.50, so we've got a kind of a confluence of different levels here. Want everyone to pay attention to that. There's going to be some noise today. JPM rolls their JHQDX fund today. We only got 14,500 contracts. Best guesstimates are here. I really don't think it's a significant thing, and I didn't write about it here, but go to our Twitter feed and I posted some charts that you can look at. I think it's really a nothing muffin, but pay attention as you feel fit. Taking a look at the overall moneyness, we are anticipating slight downward pressure for the SPX. We're dominant on the call side. We're dominant in the SPY on the call side for the expiry, as well as the Qs. When these are all stacked up, we do believe that we will see some downside pressure, but just be aware. Taking a look at the market model, as I said, short-term signal resumes its long. We had a crossing of its short-term moving average, and then also it pulled above the ribbon. That's really, really good. That's what really triggers the intermediate-term signal to turn long or turn green. The long-term signal, all the moving averages are going to start trending up. Their slopes are going to be positive, and that is proving to the long side. Taking a look at key levels, the 39.50 is plus GEX, 4,000 still remains COI, POI. This has been back and forth since literally May. Not very liquid and not really impactful. Downside goalpost is 3,600. Expected move is about 3% today. Taking a look at the weekly. This is the SPX dailies or quarterly, as it turns out. 4,000, 39.50, 39.05 is the JPM roll for today. We start losing, getting into some transition points right here, 38.70, and they kind of extend down to 3800, and then below that we start moving into a negative put-dominated gamma space. Taking a look at the 0DT, no surprises here. This structure should not surprise anyone. If it does, you need to come join us. If it doesn't, you're listening, and I thank you for that. The 1DTE, extremely weak, extremely sparse. You can see where it's really dominated to the upside. We are expecting a net positive expiry for tomorrow. That could continue the downside, but I do want everyone to realize when we look at tomorrow's OI magnitude and what's rolling off compared to today, you can see there is a great difference. So tomorrow is probably coasting into the FOMC on Wednesday. The SPX, nice structure for support all the way on down. Delta notional all the way on down is more or less green. When we see this, downside movements are very, very difficult. Continuation of the noise within the overall structure. The blue bars here indicate the expected range. This is open, high, low, close, and worst case. So if you're looking to sell premium, selling it up here or selling it down here should be relatively safe. Transitions in this 38.10, 38.60-ish area, somewhere in there, and then we get into the negative or put-dominated gamma as we drop below that 38.10 level. Taking a look at the Delta-Moneyness, we are projected higher right now. It's kind of interesting that we've got some Near-term positioning, as I said, that 39.53 is where the out-of-the-money calls start flipping to becoming more in the money. That's where the balance point shifts, and we want to pay attention to that. But you can see that the values here are moving up relative to where they've been the last several days, and we feel that's very positive. Change the structure here. Pause your players. Read this. This might help you understand a little bit better about what's happening in terms of Delta-Moneyness. Looking at the PM settled, major spikes here. I've called them all out. This is the call side. This is the put side. Where are those JPM contracts at 39.05, which are due to come off today? You can see they are virtually non-existent. Take a look at this chart. It's a fairly interesting chart. It gives you kind of a good feel for what's happening with the SPX as a function of DTE. When we take a look at the same chart but moved in now to 7 days and tightening the scales, here's where those JPM long puts are at. And you can see relative to the 4,000 strike, which I showed here on the previous slide, they really are nothing. So today's JPM will create noise in the markets, but it really doesn't have a big impact as far as we're concerned. Finally, taking a look at the overall structure here, here's that 39.50. Oh, should have changed this. This should be up from 3,900. It was at 4,100 on Thursday last week. My mistake. Apologies to everyone there. Here's that JPM 39.05. You're sitting right here. The transition, you can see we're kind of locked in when we get something like this. Here's that 3,900 line. 38.15 is that lower end, which I was, 38.15, 38.10, right in that zone. And then the minus GEX goalpost is at 3,600. So, 38.15 I think is from our perspectives, we're not going down there. We got a lot of Delta support down there. We're going to just continue to play, and we could grind up towards this 39.50. Of course, this week with JPM, with the FOMC, and just with the window dressing ahead of the elections, midterms, etc., we could see more coasting. Positioning. We're going to continue to watch the lines here and see where we get our development. So that's it for today. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, come join us, GammaEdge.us. Click on the pricing tab, fill out the blanks. Come on in for a 14-day free trial, no risk to you. All the tools turned on, great group of traders. Everyone's very, very willing to share their experience and go forward. Follow us on Twitter, please, GammaEdges with an S. And as I said, go check out what we posted this morning concerning the JPM Nothing Muffin. And then finally here on YouTube, if you like today's comment or content, give me immediate feedback by hitting that like button. And of course, follow us so that you get notified when Michael, myself, or Taylor post new content. With that, I bid you farewell. Have a great week. Good luck to everyone, and I hope to see you in the Discord. Thanks.